Twitch in the block there from Blake, I think, but Fred Curley rises fast. Coleman getting his leg turnover better here in the second half of the race. Coleman fighting hard for the finish line. What a run from the World Indoor Champion, straight back to being first outdoors. 10:13 for Coleman, not the race you would have expected from him. A sluggish start, but he fought. His acceleration, his drive phase was brilliant, got him back on contention with Curley. And somehow, Christian Coleman, the man with the speed endurance, when you'd expect it to be the man that used to be a world-class 400-metre runner. Christian Coleman said he loved coming to this competition last year. It made up for a disappointing 5th at the World Championships, and he was hoping to have a similar run here today. 10:13, perhaps not the speed he would have hoped for. The world lead stays with Favour Ashi of Nigeria at 9:99.
Better start from Coleman this time, but Curley's already into his running. Simbini with a bit of work to do, but now Coleman in that middle phase coming through really nicely. But back comes Simbini on him. Simbini's going to take it. Simbini takes it on the line. 10:01, matching his previous best this season. We'd heard that he was in good form. He wasn't here last weekend. He was out of the picture, but he's very much centre stage here. And for all the attention on the Americans, would it be Curley? Would it be Coleman? It was neither. It was this man, Akani Simbini. Well, he is super consistent, Simbini, over the last few years. Top 5 finish in 3 World Championships until Budapest last year. Also at the last 2 Olympic Games. He's going to be in the mix, no doubt about it.
Get away safely. Lindsay actually gets a very, very good start, but also inside him, Aaron Brown going well. Then a bit of a gap to Fambula, has just been left completely. But Lindsay's got work on his hands because Bednarek has just got a half a yard outside him in lane 7. It's Bednarek leading this, continues to go away, and Bednarek shows that he loves it here in Doha. He's going to win this one fairly comfortably. 19.67, the wind plus 1.7. That is an incredible run. I said it just might help the outside lanes because they weren't going to run into the wind at all in the first part of the bend, get carried down the home straight. Was it legal? Yes, it is, and therefore that will count as a world lead for the American. And then Lindsay looked as though, wow, what happened there? I thought I was going to go well here, but he couldn't catch on or hang on to Bednarek, just kept going away to him.
Well, a big enthusiastic crowd has built up over the last couple of hours. Gardner has gone off nice and steadily in lane 5. Indeed, closing up slightly on Vern Norwood there. Gardner, the tall man, fourth from left. He's moving up very quickly onto the shoulder of Vern Norwood there. Watching Dory, he's got some work to do, second to left in the orange, and he's been reeled in very quickly by Steve Gardner, who has attacked this first 250 very, very aggressively. Looks in control now, though. He is the world record holder, or the world best holder, I should say, for 300 metres. Is the tall Bahamian. Comes into the straight with a slight lead, only about a 2 metre lead. Good running from Samu Conga in lane 3. He's coming back, he's working hard to get to Gardner, but the Bahamian looks majestic. He wins by a couple of metres, looking very, very strong indeed. Totally in control, 44.76. That was magnificent.
Grass just gets left a little bit as we've got a good start now. Next to him, Watson going well up Jamaica as well, right on the far side, but Grass is finishing quickly, but it's a semi. The semi is going to take this one. The semi from de Grasse, 10.11 into a headwind. Well, he didn't get the best of starts. He got a decent start. There were others perhaps going quicker through the first 30 or 40 metres. Well, after winning the African Championships, that's now a big, big win against a decent field here. Perhaps not the world's best 100-metre runners here. De Grasse wouldn't consider himself one of those these days, but that's a big, big win. I just wonder, he's never been to an Olympic Games, and you know, I mean, he's obviously an athlete, let's say in the older years, 30 now. He's never been to an Olympic Games, so this year though, it looked as though he could well be heading that way.
Solid start from Coleman, just eases away from Omanyala. Omanyala, the powerful Kenyan, just beyond him, has got some work to do before. Omanyala trying to come back at him, and he is coming back at him, but he runs out of track. Great run there from Coleman.
Yeah, it was interesting, wasn't it? You know, the 100 metres hasn't really caught light yet, has it, this year so far? We've got plenty of time to go, and Coleman will be delighted with a win here. But Omanyala, who's normally, you know, he gets out as well, but we know Coleman is so good out of the blocks. But Omanyala is very strong here in the last 20 metres and almost gets there. Both of them under 10 seconds, which is good, as you were saying. It's a bit cool. Nice following win, plus 1.2. but that's a step forward for Coleman, I think, and winning is a great habit to be in.
9.95 for Coleman. Omanyala rewarded with a sub 10-second clock, albeit he'll have preferred to win that one, but that's a fine contest, if not super fast. Watch Benarik with that headband in 7. Very, very strong, great 100, 200 and 400 metre runner. Great running from Courtney Lindsay though in lane 6, the world number 2 this year. Benarik goes strong through the second half of the turn, holding the lead at the moment. Lindsay trying to come back at him desperately, but Benarik's strength easing him clear by 1.5 metres at the line, and the time 19.89.
Of course, in the men's sprints in the US, they've got to be good. Fairly early season, certainly going into the trials, because it's tough to make the team. But if he can keep this going, he's going to be right up there with a great chance at the Olympics.
Well, there it is, Benarik 1989, nicely separated from the rest by the 20-second barrier. Lindsay, King and Van Bula in second, third and fourth. The 1, 2, 3 for the USA though, those US Olympic trials, by the way, getting underway. Good start from Azu in 3, third from right, leads at the moment possibly. Oh, and Azu's got cracked. But it's Simbine. Simbine coming clear and wins there by 0.5 metre.
Been really impressed by the South African, I have to say, this year. 10.01 he ran in Suzhou. You saw him run, I think, 9.90. It wasn't officially recognised. And here, 9.94. That is consistent running from Simbine. I think he's going to be a genuine medal contender come Paris.
And you know what, I had the chance to chat to him in Atlanta a couple of weeks back, and he's a lovely fella, quite cerebral, Johannesburg man. Wins again, he maintains that unbeaten streak. He won in Suzhou in China back at the end of April.
This time they're away safely. Ford has got off to a flyer in lane 6. Now into his running is Asemi. Asemi coming through nicely. Sandy Brown as well. Who's going to get this on the far side? Ali as well going beautifully. Did he come through? But I think Asemi has got it. Asemi from Cameroon, who was excellent in Marrakesh, subject to a photo finish, may well have got his second Diamond League victory of the season. He has indeed, and the consistency continues. 10.10, 10.11, 10.01 in his last 3 races. 10.16 is a little slower, but it was into a slight headwind. And at the second time of asking, nothing much to choose between them at this stage, but eventually in the final 20 metres, Asemi came through and his top end speed was good.
Cleanly away, Orgo actually just got out a little bit better than Ogando and Traore, but Traore's gone really strongly. Tortu going well right in the middle as well in lane 4, the Italian, and we've got Traore has run off there, and now it's Ogando coming through. Orgo tried to chase him down, but Ogando's well clear there. Let's watch the clock. 19.98. Excellent performance into a very slight headwind. Not quite sure what happened to Traore. He's lying on the track at the top of the home straight, sadly for him. Tortu ran a great bend, as he often does. Can't follow it through, though. Ogando looked nice and strong. And this guy's got good 400 pedigree as well. 44.88 man at the longer sprint distance. Tobogo gets out pretty quickly, already taking a yard out of Orego. Hudson's got very fast out in lane 8 as well, but it's Tobogo, and we've got Ogando giving him a good run for his money here now. Has Tobogo got that little bit extra here? Ogando's right with him. It's going to be very close here, but Tobogo's just got the strength. Looks at clocks, looks relaxed. 1987. Well, he's back, isn't he? Didn't look as though he extended himself too much, as if to say, where were you, Noah Lyles? I needed you to try and drag me to something a bit quicker. But he was good enough to beat everybody here. Ogando did well. Good bend from him. Put Tobogo under a little bit of pressure coming into the home straight. But 50 to go. Moved away nicely. Just kept that lovely rhythm. He's a lovely looking runner, isn't he?
Good start from Lyles. Also really well Tobogo. Tobogo leading them up. Here comes Lyles. They're easing through. Going well on the inside. Simbine, but Lyles is going to take it. He runs 9.80. And that is the third fastest time in the world this year. It's a season best for Lyles. And in fact, it's a personal best for Lyles. 9.81 is confirmed. That is quick for Lyles. And the win minus 0.3. Then it's going to help these not exactly Marmite. He's not one of those things that you either love or hate, but he does divide people's opinions, Lyles. He's charismatic and very, very verbal.
The Hudson Smith normally gets out pretty quick. He says he's going to try and learn to pace his races as well as he can, but if you want to run into the low 43s, you've got to get out quick. Dobson going with him. Kevin Chippy started very quickly in lane 3. Samakonga, as ever, little ground to make up on Vernon Norwood, who's also fast through the first 200 metres, and it's Norwood and Hudson Smith pretty much neck and neck round that top bend. Not much to choose between them. Kevin Chippy in lane 3 right up there as well. As the stagger starts to wind, it's the British athlete who's got about 1.5 metres at the moment. But Hudson Smith just starting to tighten a little bit. Deadman finishing quickly right on the outside. It's going to be close on the line. Here's Samakonga coming, but Hudson Smith just hangs on. 43.96. Well, he's making that look extremely easy now. That's only the 3rd time he's been under 44 seconds, and that's the consistency. Bogo gets out well. Knight just got left a little bit in the blocks by Fred Curley. That tends to happen. And Curley running wide on the bend though, because Knight's gone straight past him. And Tobogo right on his shoulder. It's Knight who's leading this. Tobogo with work to do. And now he's just to the front. The Olympic champion's going to take this one. Eases up over the line. 1963. He won here last year in different conditions, outside 20 seconds. But he's in such good form at the moment, running with such ease and composure, and when Knight had a very, very good bend, the young American.
Good, strong opinions, not afraid to speak his mind, which we like in the sport. Got gifted a couple of houses by all accounts, Steve, by the government. He's asked which one he's going to live in, and he said neither. I'm going to rent them out.
Way no problems here. Good lane jaw for Tobogo in lane 7, but Benarek is up on Tobogo already. Kenny Benarek having a wonderful bend here. Arian Knighton left slightly behind, but the pressure is very much on Tobogo. And Ogando going very well in lane 8 as well. Kenny Benarek just starting to tie up, and Tobogo, he's going to find a way to win again. He does. Let's see lane Tobogo. 1982, another meeting record, as if we hadn't had enough of those already. That was all guts for Tobogo. He was under so much pressure. That bend was nothing special. The transition into the straight was nothing special compared to the men around him, but that last 40 metres is where Tobogo puts the pressure on the athletes around him. We know he's strong. He runs phenomenal legs in the 4x4 for Botswana. But that pulling that out when it matters, and a national record for Ogando in 2nd.
Samakonga likes to blast out, and he's got a target in Karani James. Karani James in centre of picture in the pink outfit. Also going well early on is Ndori. Ndori's gone out very quickly indeed, 3rd from left of picture. But Samakonga now down the back straight. Ndori has scorched through this first 150 metres or so. Samakonga very aggressive indeed, already reeled in Karani James, but James now starting to come back at him. Jareem Richards in the middle there, and these three, the 30-somethings, coming off the bend into the home straight, and it is Samakonga, the Zambian, working hard. Can Karani James come back at him? Deadman's coming well on the inside as well. Gritting, powerful, leaning for the line, and it is Samakonga comes through, 43.98. Another sub-44 showing for the Zambian. James couldn't reel him in 2nd place. Safely away, great start from Coleman, as we know, with the 60-metre sprint, but also coming well is Tobogo. Curley's got work to do, but Coleman's got this. Has he? No, Tobogo's looking over. Goodness me, Tobogo wins it. 9.87, the cheeky chappy, looking over to Coleman, as if to say, you may be good over 60, but I've got you over 100. Well, he says, I'm not the new face of sprinting. I'm really not. But everything he's doing at the moment is turning to gold. He took the title in Paris over 200. He came back and won in Lausanne, and he's done it here in the 100. Gets on really well with Curley. He's a brilliant character. He's a breath of fresh air for the sport. And of course, he got a hero's welcome back in Botswana. 80,000 turned out to greet him as the Olympic champion.
The Olympic champion Tobogo then in lane 6 in the orange. Olympic champion at 200 metres, and Benarek has got the jump on him at the moment in the headband. They come round into the straight. Knighton's got some work to do,
Benarek is strong, remember. He's a fabulous 400-metre runner. But can Tebogo get back to him? Here he comes. Is there going to be enough track? Yes, there is. Times it to perfection yet again. He loves this distance. He's a growing force at 100, but he's almost the finished article at 200. Is Letsino Tebogo, former footballer, his nickname Schoolboy. I don't suppose any of the lads behind him there tonight would have been too happy with being beaten by a Schoolboy, but that time again, Steve, very quick, 19:55 to Benarek's 19:57, and a personal best for the American. Just shows what can be done when there's great competition.